In Egypt, something really interesting is happening. They're working on building a new 114-kilometer-long river that goes alongside the famous Nile River. This is all part of a big project called the New Delta Project, and it's costing a lot of money, around $5.2 billion. The people who are in charge of this project are saying that the new river will help the land be better for farming. They think it'll bring life to areas that don't have much growing on them right now. They're hoping to have more crops growing there. And they're also saying that this river could make it so Egypt doesn't have to buy as much food and wheat from other countries anymore. But why is Egypt spending so much money for this project when they already have the huge and amazing Nile River? Egypt is facing a really big and dangerous issue. They don't have enough water for their many people, and the number of people will reach 115 million in 2024. Also, they can't keep a lot of their good farming land green and healthy. In recent years, they've had to limit how much water people can use and even bring water to faraway towns using trucks. According to the United Nations, Egypt has one of the worst water shortages in Africa, and they might not have enough water to use by 2025. One reason this problem is getting worse is because of a big dam that Ethiopia built near Sudan. This dam, called the Renaissance Dam, is on the Blue Nile River. It's making less water flow to Sudan and, even more importantly, to Egypt. Ethiopia built this dam not because they lacked water, but because they needed electricity. This dam is causing a major problem for Egypt's water supply, and it even made Egypt and Ethiopia almost start a war because of it. But that's not Egypt's only problem. Last year, when Russia went into Ukraine in February, the cost of wheat all around the world went up. This made things hard for Egypt because they buy a lot of wheat from other places. Russia and Ukraine usually give Egypt about 80% of the wheat they need. The people working on the new river have a special plan. They're not using regular water, but they're using water from farms and water deep in the ground. It's like they're using different pieces to make a puzzle that fits together just right. It's almost like the river is a magic thread that connects different parts of the land. Abbas Sharaki, a professor who knows a lot about water and how it's used, said that there are different channels they're making. The first channel is about 4 kilometers long. It has 16 kilometers of open tracks where water can flow and 26 kilometers of pipes to carry water. This channel is like a pathway for water, and it will take around 10 million cubic meters of water from a place called the Rashid Branch. This branch is part of something called the Mostakbal Egypt project. According to him, this is just the beginning of a really big plan in the New Delta area. In the end, this plan will help irrigate a huge area. There will be 6 big spots where they pump water, and the plan is to use about 3.5 billion cubic meters of water every year to irrigate around 600,000 acres. The second channel, which is roughly 170 kilometers in length and begins at Hammam Station, carries a massive amount of water, about 2.5 billion cubic meters of water. That's like 7 million cubic meters every single day. This water journey goes to the southern part of Daba, where it helps make around 800,000 acres better for growing things. Out of this total length, about 22 kilometers are long pipes. These pipes are part of a long stretch that's 220 kilometers altogether, and they're pretty wide, about 3 meters across. The remaining 148 kilometers are like long, open water paths, a bit like rivers. Along these paths, there are 13 spots where machines pump the water along. So this entire pathway is like a super important water trip, making sure a lot of land gets the water it needs to grow stuff. Additionally, let's delve into the third channel of the Janet Masser project, also known as the Egypt Artificial River Project. Imagine it as a sort of water pathway, just like a road for water. This pathway is made up of 2 pipelines, which are like long tubes, each measuring around 12 kilometers in length. These pipelines have a very important job. They're here to do something magical with salty groundwater. You know, that kind of water that's not good for drinking or growing things because it has too much salt in it? Well, these pipelines will work like wizards to remove the salt and make the water clean and useful. They'll do this by using 132 deep wells, which are like holes in the ground, and 3 special places where machines work to push the water around. These pipelines aren't just about making water clean. They also have another mission: to bring water to about 64,000 acres. Imagine those pieces of land as big patches where you can grow plants and crops. These special patches are found in the southern and western parts of the city. And guess what? They also treat wastewater there. So, these pipelines are like the heroes of the story, helping both by cleaning water and making sure a lot of land gets the water it needs to help things grow. Hold on, before we dive back into the video, if you found this information about Egypt's ambitious project intriguing, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now let's dive back into the video. Up until now, a significant portion of the work for the open river has been finished. About 65% of it is done. Additionally, they've made progress on the water transmission pipes. Around 35% of that work is completed. It's impressive to see how much they've accomplished so far in building the open river and setting up the pipes to carry water. This means they've been working hard and making good advancements on these parts of the project. A project as big as this could typically take about $50 billion to complete if it were happening in a place like America or Europe. However, Egypt has come up with clever and sustainable methods to turn this idea into reality, and they're doing it at a much lower cost. One of the reasons it's cheaper is because the people working on the project and the things they need, like materials, don't cost as much in Egypt. That's why they're managing to make it all happen with a budget of $5.2 billion. It's like they're finding creative solutions to make the project work without spending too much money. Did you know that the new artificial river being built in Egypt is not only about providing water for irrigation? It's also designed to help manage and control the flow of water, which can be crucial for preventing floods during heavy rainfall and ensuring a steady water supply during drier periods. This innovative approach showcases how the project serves multiple purposes, enhancing water management in the region. The New Delta project plans to make more than 10,360 new job opportunities. It's not just about direct jobs, there could be even more jobs that come along indirectly in the future. This project wants to help Egypt's economy grow and give people more chances to work. They want to make more places where crops can grow, especially in the western desert. They're aiming to use a large area of land, around 9,240 square kilometers, to grow things and make the country less dependent on others for food. This way, Egypt can get stronger economically and have better chances for long-term growth. At first, building a fake river in Egypt's dry western desert might sound impossible. But now, this idea has turned into a real plan that could make a big difference. It's not just about making land better for farming, but also about helping Egypt's economy get bigger and better. What do you think about Egypt's ambitious project of creating an artificial river alongside the Nile River? How might this new river impact Egypt's water resources and the challenges they're facing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more videos about amazing mega projects.